Hello there, and welcome to another bit of the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Well, today, I'm not quite sure where we're picking up from. I think we've finished the orrery before, so that's good. So I think we've got... Oh, we could do Mayron's Razor, could get some other miscellaneous quests done as well. Generally, just want to sweep through the cities, get some stuff done, and then maybe even get into... some other things. Now just bear with me a second, because I just need to double check if I've got enough room to even record this. Let's go into the recycle bin of the old videos. There we go. Hopefully nothing bad has happened there whatsoever. So what are we doing here? Ah, that's right. So this quest is corruption and conscience. Levana Nadaran had told me about the plight of a good friend of hers, Aldos Othran. She explained how he was evicted from his home for non-payment of fines and expressed her hatred of Ulrich. She mentioned that Ulrich's second-in-command, Garrus Derelium, seems sympathetic to the people's plight. I should speak to Garrus next about this matter. Now before I do that quest though, however, I would like to do a bit of reading, if I may, and share with you, because I want to start doing this at like the beginning of the videos, because there are some great fictions in the game, and this chap I've got to speak to. But first, I think I'll have a bit of a read of a book, because I want to show some of the fiction in the game. And who knows, perhaps we can go through entire stories in the game. So let's try and find... now there's a few. The Locked Room is one of my favourites, and it is the Armourer's Challenge. So let's read the Armourer's Challenge, which is a skill book, as from what I understand. Yeah, I think this is the book I like. Let's give it a read. The Armourer's Challenge by Mimophanes. 300 years ago, when Kataraya became Empress, the first and only Dunmer to rule all of Tamriel, she faced opposition from the Imperial Council. Even after she convinced them that she would be the best regent to rule the Empire, whilst her husband Pelagius sought treatment for his madness, there was still conflict. In particular from the Duke of Vengeto, Thane Minglamar, who took a particular delight in exposing all of the Empress's lack of practical knowledge. In this particular instance, Kataraya and the Council were discussing the unrest in Black Marsh and the massacre of Imperial troops outside of the village of Armenius. The sodden swampland and the sweltering climate, particular in summertide, would endanger the troops if they wore their usual armour. "I know a very clever armourer," said Kataraya. "His name is Hazadir, an Argonian who knows the environments of our army will be facing. I knew him in Vivek, where he was a slave to the master armourer there, before he moved to the Imperial City as a freed man. We should have him design armour and weaponry for the campaign." Minglamar gave a short, barking laugh. "She wants a slave to design the armour and weaponry of our troops. Cyrillus Sacchus is the finest armour in the Imperial City. Everyone knows that." After much debate, it was finally decided to have both armourers contend for the commission. The council also elected two champions of equal power and prowess, Nandal Barade and Raphaelus Ewell, to battle using the arms and armaments of the real competitors in the struggle. Whichever champion won, the armourer who supplied him would earn the Imperial Commission. It was decided that Barade would be outfitted by Hazadir and Ewell by Sacchus. The fight was scheduled to commence in 7 days. Cyrillus Sacchus began working immediately. He would have preferred more time, but he recognized the nature of the test. The situation in Armenius was urgent. The Empire had to select their armourer quickly, and once selected, the preferred armourer had to act swiftly and produce the finest armour and weaponry in the Imperial army in Black Marsh. It wasn't just for the best armourer they were looking for, it was the most efficient. Sachs had only begun steaming the half-inch strips of black virgin oak to bend the bands for the flanges of the armour joints, where there was a knock at his door. His assistant Fandius ushered in the visitor. He was a tall reptilian of common markings, a dull green-fringed hood, bright black eyes, and a dull brown cloak. It was Hazadir, Kataraia's preferred armourer. "I wanted to wish you the best of luck on the—" "Is that ebony?" It was indeed. Sachs had brought the finest quality ebony weave available in the Imperial City as soon as he heard of the competition and begun the process of smelting it. Normally it was a 6-month procedure, refining the ore, but he had hoped that a massive convection oven stoked while the white flames born of magicka was shorten the operation to 3 days. Sachs proudly pointed to the other advancements of his armoury. The acidic lime pools to sharpen the blade of the daikatana to an unimaginable degree of sharpness, the Ekaviri forge and tongs he would use to fold the ebony back and forth upon itself. Hazadir laughed. "Have you been to my armoury? It's 2 tiny smoke-filled rooms. The front is a shop, the back is filled with broken armour, some hammers and a forge. That's it. That's your competition for the millions of gold pieces in Imperial commission. I'm sure the Empress has reason to trust you to outfit her troops," said Cyrillus Sachs kindly. He had, after all, seen the shop and knew what Hazadir had said was true. It was a pathetic workshop in the slums, fit only for the lowliest of adventurers to get their iron daggers and cuirasses repaired. Sachs had decided to make the best quality regardless of the inferiority of his rival. It was his way, and how he became the best armourer in the Imperial City. Out of kindness, and more than a bit of pride, Sachs showed Hazadir how, by contrast, things should be done in a real professional armoury. The Argonian acted as an apprentice to Sachs, helping him refine the ebony ore and to pound it and fold it when it cooled. Over the next several days they worked together to create a beautiful daikatana with an edge honed sharp enough to trim a mosquito's eyebrows, enchanted with flames along its length by one of the Imperial battle mages, as well as a suit of armour of bound wood, leather, silver, and ebony to resist the winds of Oblivion. On the day of the battle, Sachs, Hazadir, and Fandius finished polishing the armour and brought in Rafalas Yule for the fitting. Hazadir left only then, realizing that Nandor Braid would be at his shop shortly after to be outfitted. The two warriors met before the Empress and Imperial Council in the arena, which had been flooded slightly to simulate the swampy conditions of Black Marsh. From the moment Sachs saw Yule in his suit of heavy ebony and blazing daikatana, and Braid in his collection of dusty lizard scales and spear from Hazadir's shop, he knew who would win. And he was right. The first blow from the daikatana lodged in Braid's soft shield, as there was no metal trim to deflect it. Before Yule could pull his sword back, Braid let go of the now flaming shield, still stuck on the sword, and poked at the joints in Yule's ebony armour with his spear. Yule finally retrieved his sword from the ruined shield and slashed at Braid, but his light arm was scaled and angled, and the attacks rolled off into the water, extinguishing the daikatana's flames. When Braid struck at Yule's feet, he fell into the churned mud and was able to move. The Empress, out of mercy, called a victor. Hazadir received the thanks and commission to his knowledge of Argonian battle tactics and weaponry on how best to combat them. He designed implements of war that brought down the insurrection in Armanius. Kataraia won the respect of the council, and even grudgingly that of Thane Minglemire. Cyrillus Sachs went to Morrowind to learn what Hazadir learned there, and was never heard from again. One of my favourite tales. What I like about Oblivion's fiction is a lot of it does have those twists in the tale, as to like you'd think that it's not going to work out that well, right? And actually it does. It was one of my favourite stories that goes to sort of show that like you have to understand the place you're fighting in. You can bring the best arms and armor in the world, but are you actually going to come out on top? Is that the only thing you can bring? Because at the end of the day, you have to bring knowledge. You have to understand.
What do you want? It appears you've spoken to Lavanna. I know she sounds a bit like a raving madwoman, but she isn't telling the truth. Ulrich is definitely up to something. Every day, we take in exorbitant fines from the people. Where most of the money goes, I have a good idea. Ulrich keeps his quarters locked, but I glimpsed inside. The things he has in there could never be purchased on a captain's salary. At first I thought maybe he was from wealthy stock, but many of the goods have been delivered recently. I'd love to bring him to task in front of Count Indaris, but I dare not without a solid witness that will speak against him. Honestly, she's never done anything to be fined or get in trouble. Yet. The person I'd love to bring in as a witness is Aldous Arthur. That is, if we could sober him up for 5 minutes. I haven't approached him myself, as Ulrich has eyes everywhere. However, he doesn't know you well enough yet to suspect anything. If you want to help, you need to get Aldous to agree to become a witness. Nothing else can be done. Aldous is living on the street now that his house has been seized. I begged Ulrich to give him more time, but he wouldn't. He won't be hard to find. Just follow the smell of stale mead. Beware of Ulrich. You wouldn't confront him at this time, as he'll surely have you thrown in jail. If you raise a hand against him and strike him down, you'll be accused of murder. Even if Ulrich doesn't do things by the letter of the law, I do. You must locate Aldous. He's a danger to himself and others in his condition.
What you are? So, there is a corrupt guardsman who seems to be giving the people, excuse me, the locals grief. So, we've got to find the one person who is hurt the most. A drunkard who has lost his home for his behaviour. This here is Ulrich Leyland.
I don't know you, and I don't care to know you. Get out of my way before I have you slapped in irons. Get out of my way before I have you slapped in irons.
Have mercy. Just one coin.
Who are you?
Ha! That stupid Swit? Throw me out of my home, will he? I'll show him a thing or two about messing with an Othran. All I did was fall down, sure. Maybe even vomited on the floor of the tavern. Charge me 6 times, Ulrich? Charge me, you fetcher! Well, I'm not standing for this anymore. You come with me and I'll show you what the Othrans can do when their backs are to the wall.
Don't mess with those Othrans. Or fall down and vomit on the floor. 6 times.
Spare a coin for the infirm.
I'd love to, but right now I'm about to see a fist fight. Well, hello.
I'm pleased that a Knight of the Thorn has received such a worthy gift, even if you're just an honorary knight. There are no quests for you right now, Sir Knight. Don't fret, though. The knights will rise to the occasion once again. Huzzah! Goodbye, Knight. Remember to carry our symbol proudly as a beacon of hope for all Cyrodiil.
Now what are you doing in front of Riverview, I wonder?
How good to see you again, fellow knight. Yes, I am a member of the Knights of the Thorn. Or what's left of them, anyway. If you want to hear the tale, I suggest you talk to Farwill, our commander. Good journey to you.
Me children are starved.
So Riverview is an interesting building in that you will never be invited to the grand orc parties that happen there, because it's essentially a scuba den.
Stand clear.
Get out of my way and keep following. I'll show you a thing or two.
Alright then, go on then.
This is my house. Get out of the way. Move, I say.
Sir, this property has been seized by his lordship, the Count of Cheydinhall. Leave immediately.
I said move, or by my ancestors, I'll put you on the ground with a split lip.
Sir, I must warn you that threatening a city guardsman is an offense punishable by a fine of no less than 50 gold. Pay, or be jailed.
You swit. How dare you? Ulrich be damned. He can take his fine and stuff it up his backside.
You've been warned. You are now under arrest. Please, come with me.
I'll go nowhere with you, fetcher. Nowhere.
This is the part where you fall down and...
So,
bleed to death!
let's have a look inside. So this was his house. As you can see, plenty of booze. Strange appliances. I wonder what his trade was. No, let's save that for his widow. So he was packing. But he left his steel short sword. He might have stood a better chance. Better than his iron dagger.
Move along, citizen. There's nothing to be done here. You saw what happened? I had no choice. Aldous attacked first, and I had to defend myself.
You've got a
If
shield.
you don't like it, take it up with Ulrich. Move along, please.
So that's what happened. Yeah, so that is like essentially like the Commander Tong operate from here as well. There's a lot of history to this building, and unfortunately, we don't really get to see it for ourselves. It's more like a thing that you got to read in the walkthrough and such. Huh. Darn. No matter. Although that hole for the rats does kind of make sense in a way. And you're going to find out why very soon.
Is something amiss? You have an ashen look on your face that tells me so. What's wrong? I don't know where the Count found him, but I sure wish he'd send him back. He's a menace to this town. Thank goodness the gate is gone. I couldn't get a good night's sleep knowing it was out there. Oh no, they killed him. I can't believe this. Ever since his wife passed at the hands of the bandits, his life has been miserable. I'd grown to become fond of him. I wanted to take him into my house, but I was afraid. And now look what's become of him. There are no more options left. Ulrich must be dealt with, and actions speak louder than words.
You must do something for me.
Go tell Ulrich that I have some information that incriminates him. Tell him to come alone, or he won't get it. Then lead him here, and I'll do the rest. I'll deal with him soon enough.
So,
Ulrich will not buy his way out of this one. He'll pay, I promise you.
so, this is the first way that we're going to do this. There are two ways, and I've always preferred to do it by the book, but I might as well show you what happens.
Stand clear.
Because, you know, I start to accept now that, you know, in D&D, yeah, there's an ideal way of doing things, but you know what? The dice tell the story. Sometimes you just gotta roll the dice and see what happens.
I feel Ulrich's eyes upon me as we speak, so be brief.
Oh. Game's gone apeshit again. Okay, I think it's sorted now. No, it's not. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, I'm gonna give it a minute. Okay. Yeah, right, I've got control again. Yeah.
Greetings to you.
And the game crashed. Right, nice. So yeah, the dice tell the story. Go for the story that's just so much cooler to tell. Yeah. So, but in video games, I have the luxury of showing you both. We get to do both things. And both is what we're going to do. So, I think I've got some talking points for you as we wait for this to load. I've been looking at the Tales of the Valiant Kickstarter for Kobold Press, doing 5th edition D&D compatible stuff, with their new Orc license, no, not Orc license, like Black Flag sort of stuff. Although maybe it is using the Orc license, I'm not sure. So far it seems fairly interesting, but because it's by Kobold Press, who are like one of the biggest like homebrew publishers or like third-party publishers for D&D 5th edition content, and they've established themselves as like doing some really good stuff. So I'm interested in seeing how they go about that.
We must put an end to this travesty of justice.
Excuse me.
Aldos will be warned. I won't sit by and watch the innocent being driven to the brink like that. Something must be done, but without bloodshed.
Oh, we don't have to shed blood. We can do it another way.
Levana has always been quick-tempered. You must reconsider her plan. It can only lead to prison for her and for you. I swear that Ulrich will pay for this. We must handle this carefully and prove to the Count that he needs to be arrested. Ulrich has been watching me, so I haven't been able to enact a plan I devised to bring him down. That ends today, now that you're here. The evidence we need to incriminate Ulrich must lie within his quarters. You must sneak in there and retrieve it without being seen. If you're caught, there isn't anything I can do to help you. Just be careful.
So,
Aldous' death is indeed a tragedy. We'll do what we can to put his soul free.
so that's one way of doing it, or we can do it Levant's way. Yeah, whatever happened to like following the letter of the law? Because like, you know, like this is like fruit from the forbidden tree. You know, like corrupted fruit of the tree.
How can I help you today, friend? How can I help you today, friend? Can't you see that I'm busy? I don't like being disturbed. So, you say Levana wishes to see me? Very well, lead on. This should prove amusing.
How are you today?
So, Levana, I hear you have something I'd want to see.
Oh, how dare you walk in here like you don't know what's going on?
Of course I know what's going on. What intrigues me is that you had the nerve to threaten me. I'm just curious to see what you've come up with.
Just because you run the law in this town doesn't put you above it. You're going to pay for what happened to Aldous.
Aldous was a drunkard and a fool. He decided to draw a blade and attack a guard, so he paid the price.
You bastard. How many more people are going to pay the price? How many more have to die just so you can earn another gold coin?
I'm not going to stand here and debate this all night. You give me that evidence and I'll consider not having you executed.
As you wish, Ulrich. Come, my lovelies, your feast has arrived! Watch out!
Oh, I thought he was turned into a rat. Well.
I have no regrets. Justice has been done. Go tell Garrus what's transpired here. I await my fate. I'll make the necessary arrangements for his burial. He'll be buried next to his poor wife. Go. Tell Garrus what I've done. I've nothing to hide.
So I saw there was one rat, but where did the other come from? Ah, nice. Spawn quartets. Very good. So, yeah. So Tales of the Valiant is looking pretty good. For the most part. My fear is that like it's not really going to fix anything that 5e has kind of had trouble with, especially 5th edition, like high level play. That's something that D&D has really struggled with. There is only one adventure that goes from levels 5 to 15, 5 to 20.
How are you today?
Now, before I do that, is he upstairs? No, he is specifically downstairs.
I feel Ulrich's eyes upon me as we speak. We must put an end to this travesty of justice. I'm very disappointed in you. The proper way to do this would have been my way, but you chose bloodshed. I should have you arrested. However, since you aren't fully at fault, I won't report your involvement to the Count. Levana, on the other hand, will pay for her crime. I'll ensure that her stay in jail is not long. Obviously, I had no love for Ulrich, so I'll do what I can on her behalf. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must speak to the Count. Please, meet me at the Cheydinhall Bridge Inn in 2 hours. Hello.
Oh, that was the quickest 2 hours.
Doris, I've news for you. After speaking to the Count and reviewing your testimony, we decided to reduce Lavonna's sentence as she was acting for self-preservation. I've been promoted to the post of Captain of the Guard. I hope to return respect to the peacekeepers of this town. The Count and I thank you for helping bring Ulrich's hold on Cheydinhal to an end, though we would have preferred having him brought up on charges. As a token of our gratitude, as you did this at the risk of false imprisonment, or perhaps your life, we reward you this bounty of gold. On behalf of the people of Cheydinhal, I thank you.
So, not about some gold.
Thank goodness the gate is gone.
So,
Until we meet again, may your travels be safe and the road remain clear. As always. Until we meet again.
is his gear gone?
Looks like...
What's got...
Stop right there!
Ah, that's where his gears went.
I'm just warming up. You whoa!
Nice. So. Let's decide to do it his way.
Oh.
Now you may have to excuse me a short while because I may have to nip away for a minute. But yeah, so like 5th edition really struggles with high level play. So hopefully that's on the Tales of the Valiant, which is not the best name, if I'm honest. Very nice furnishings indeed. Not bad, not bad at all. So, dearest Isabel and Janetta, I should be able to send you another package of money and goods within the month. This posting is more lucrative than I first suspected. Who knew that Indorus would be so easy to dupe? He doesn't even care. He's so busy wrapped up in his own affairs, and I mean that literally, that he has no time to pay attention to the daily operations of Cheydinhal. I decided to raise the fines again next month. Then we can begin on constructing that summer keep we'd always wanted, my cousins. More to come. My love to both of you. Ulrich. Ulrich, Ulrich, Ulrich. Go to the hall. Ulrich, Ulrich, Ulrich.
Yes. I trust there were no run-ins with the guards in the barracks. You're back. Good. Did you find the evidence? You've done it. This letter will spell his undoing when I present it to Count Indorus. Splendid work. Splendid work indeed. I must hasten to the Count and deliver this immediately. Please, meet me back at the Cheydinhal Bridge Inn in about 2 hours. It is a privilege. I come from speaking with Count Indorus, and I have news for you. After speaking to the Count, and in light of the evidence you recovered, Ulrich has been removed from his post and arrested.
Ulrich, sorry.
Many guards are coming forward with more evidence of his greed. so it's safe to say he'll be spending quite a bit of time in the city dungeons. I've been promoted to the post of Captain of the Guard, and hope to return respect to the peacekeepers of this town. The Count and I thank you for helping bring Ulrich's hold on Cheydinhal to an end, and for doing so without unnecessary bloodshed. As a token of our gratitude, as you did this, at the risk of false imprisonment, or perhaps your life, we reward you this bounty of gold. On behalf of the people of Cheydinhal, I thank you.
650. And yeah, I think that's it.
Ulrich will be spending years in the city dungeons. This should give him plenty of time to reflect on what he's done. Until we meet again, may your travels be safe and the road remain clear.
I'll have to give myself another promotion. So we've done it. Oh, but how does Lavanna feel about this? In fact, I wonder if there's a grave marker for Mrs. Othran. No, perhaps not. But nice little Easter egg if, like, they did add that.
Good to see you.
Something I can help you with. Did you hear the news? Ulrich Leyland was thrown in the dungeons for stealing money from the city coffers. Justice for the little guy.
Seems you've blooded your knuckles a few times.
I'm sure you can appreciate the irony in that statement then. That's what the lady of the house has to say.
I'm overjoyed to hear that Garrus has replaced Ulrich as the captain of the guard. I'm sure he'll do a fine job. Though I'm happy that Ulrich has been removed from his post, I'm still saddened that there'll be no true retribution for Aldous. When I was younger and living in Vardenfell, my parents instilled in me the code of an eye for an eye. It's hard not to see that through. I'm sorry, I shouldn't berate what you've done for Cheydinhal. Everyone appreciates what you did, as do I. Did you hear the news? Ulrich Leland was thrown in the dungeons for stealing money from the city coffers. Justice for the little guy. Farewell, Sergio.
So, that's another quest off the list.
I'm sorry. Although I wish to spend time speaking with you, I have much business to attend to. Please be brief. Alessia Cara visits her mother in Coral regularly. A dutiful daughter. And a dutiful wife, I hear. Good day.
Yes. I am Naspia Cosma, Cheydinhal's steward. I offer introductory training with blades, and may condescend to accept you as a student. To be frank, I prefer a career in the arena to this paper pusher's position.
Nice.
Wraith Lathander seems to be back in town. Wonder where he was off to. Good day.
Don't know if I can break in. What the? Let's have a look at Riverview.
Get out of here!
Cheydinhal sleeps more soundly tonight thanks to you, friend. What can I do for you? Oh, it's a grand house, Riverside, and they have grand parties there. All the rich swongs and smells of the town leave a right mess, they do. Gonradel can teach you about acrobatics for a price. Of course, she'd rather be training her dogs.
I'm honored to speak to the champion of Cyrodiil. What do you need? Lots of us Dark Elves came to Cyrodiil to get away from the temple. We're sick of living under the thumb of the priests and scraping by on the dole.
Often you hear on the dole and anything really.
Right Lythandus seems to be back in town. Wonder where he was off to. Be seeing you.
I'm the cook of Riverside, Rogmesh Grakoblag. I don't get paid to chat, if you don't mind. Voronel got parties near about every night, and there's plenty of cooking and cleaning and preparing to be done, if you don't mind. That Ruyan Garana is really full of herself. She'll talk your ear off if you let her.
I think she's a speechcraft trainer by the sounds of things.
Farewell.
Cheydinhal is in your debt, friend. That Oblivion gate had us all living in fear. He pays peanuts, and thinks it entitles him to chew us out 18 hours a day. Sometimes I wonder if I made a mistake coming here. Thank goodness the gate is gone. Goodbye.
I hope I can help. You're not on my list, and that's all I have to say. If you were somebody, I'd know. But I don't, so you aren't. For you, of course. Right, Lythandus seems to be back in town.
I'm the champion of Cyrodiil, mate.
Farewell.
You know, sometimes, you ever get that feeling where like you're justified in, killing someone for talking back to you? You know? It's like, it's perfectly legal somewhere in Cyrodiil, right? Still don't know what's in the basement, but I can't get in just yet. It's locked, it's a hard lock, and it's all day and every day that it is locked. So, I think we're just about done here. So what else can we do, I wonder? Let's do the Tears of the Saviour. Should be safe to go to my father's shrine. My father's looking rather spooky there.
You approach the shrine of Mephala. The web spinner watches you, stranger. Mephala tugs the strings of mortals for her pleasure. Are you sure you desire audience with the web spinner? Slink away then, bug. Stay far, far from Mephala's web. You approach... You better have the right offering or you're wasting your time here.
It's one of those helpful rumours in the game.
Mephala...
Yep.
Leave Mephala an offering of nightshade at the shrine between midnight and dawn, and the web spinner may grant you an audience.
Let's do this instead.
Go.
Oh, but am I high enough level? Was it level 15? Yep.
Call me web spinner. Pluck but a single thread, and the weave unravels. In Blinker's way, true families, Nord and Dunlop, live in perfect harmony, but beneath the surface lurks the secret seed of strife. Kill the leaders of the two families, plant evidence to implicate the other family as the killer. And don't get caught. Be cunning. Don't spoil my schemes. And don't die. That would spoil everything.
Okay, you know what? Let's do this instead. So, Mephala is quite horrible. And this is one of those quests where you've kind of got to be an ass if you want what Mephala's offering. So this is Bleaker's Way. So we've got to find the leaders of the two houses. I'm guessing they're in the big houses. Hello. Ulfgar family ring.
Hey, come back!
In fact, I don't think I did a power attack. I don't want him to wake up from that. So the blood will drip through the floorboards. Down below. The good thing about doing this at night is that no one will even know that it was me here. So this is the inn, so this isn't one of the big houses. So I want to try and make this as clean as I possibly can. So I don't know who the leaders of the clans are. He's dressed very well. Of course, the Dalvalu cheese. Great family heirloom indeed. Lots of broken chests.
What the?
Oh, but he's not one of the leaders. I'll take a torch actually. I don't think this is one of them either. On the thing. Yep, right. Yep. This is the one now. We're just going to find their heirloom. So, we need to leave behind the ring. We'll be under apparel. So now I need ceremonial dagger. Nobody's out of bed. Good. So no one will see me infiltrating the home and leaving this dagger. Hey, how's this going to work out? Because their corpses are in two different buildings, so I saw them attacking each other.
Look at the muscles on you.
Thank you.
These are troubled times in Bleeker's Way. What do you want? Dalvaloo has been murdered, and we have been accused of the crime. Bastard elves. That they would dishonor us in this way. Blasted thief. Hrol Ulfgar has been murdered, and the Dalvaloo are responsible. They will pay for their treachery, the wretched Dunmer. Well, have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
Oh. She's actually something of a black market merchant. I'm investing 500 gold in your shop.
I would a little food and drink will do you some good.
Yeah.
Bye.
And she's going out to fight. So, who are we placing bets on? I got money on the Nords. You know what? I'm gonna say the Dunmer. Place it. Right, that's it. Too late to place any bets now. Oh no, she's not dead.
The Ulfgars are all dead. Whatever possessed them to attack us like that?
The Ulfgars are all dead.
The Ulfgars.
Oh, there you go, so you can keep that, just invest the 500 gold in. Great. So, we've formed a file as will. We've not gained any infamy yet. There may be some handing in this quest. So let's save the game, because I don't want them to crash.
Well done, little web spinner. Is there a prettier sight than friends at war? Take pleasure in the strife you have caused, mortal.
Now we have the Ebony Blade, which is that. A unique katana. So it silences 10 seconds. Striking it absorbs health. It's a pretty good It's a pretty good weapon. 8 points damage as well.
Greetings, favorite of the web spinner, champion of Mephala. May your blade show the way. Greetings, favorite of... You better have... May your blade...
Greetings, favorite of the... We don't want more worshippers. We just want to be left alone. May your blade show the way.
So, that's another quest done. So now we might actually have to do Tears of the Saviour. So this one was the one where I think it was Garridan, the knight, went to find water for his people, and he died fighting a beast of sorts. But his squire...
You have my ear. State your business, citizen.
Returned home. Right, this guy's gonna... Whoa.
Supposed to be impressed.
A bear versus me bare hands. So, let's heal up. So yeah, in terms of Tales of the Valiant stuff coming out, seems pretty good. Yeah, it's alright. It's more 5th edition stuff, but I'm impressed by what it is so far. It's like it's basically just a more refined version of 5th edition, which isn't great. But if like my darling and I are gonna continue playing 5th edition, then we might as well get the good version of it, because it does seem to give classes more stuff. And it wants to work with more classes and such. Because Lord knows that 5th edition needs it. It drags out so much of its content. And spreads it out all over the place, and it's just so bad for the game. But it's kind of expensive to say it's like, you know, it's slightly better than 5th edition, and we want you to kind of like pay for it all over again. Not great. I can't fast travel from this location. Also, as well, notice the music. It's still cavernous. So, as far as the game's concerned, we are still indoors. We are being hit with a frost spell. So unfortunately we can't stay and enjoy ourselves. Let's chug some potions, shall we? Let's resist frost. So it appears that if I can stay out of the ice, I should be good. Unless it was just that Glade Lord. I think it was the Glade Lord doing it. Ah, so that was the beast which Garradon fought. Or rather, it's that one there. You can see him fighting. Dropped his weapon to the ground. Broken. And there is one of Garradon's tears. Almost I can't see anything with this fucking lighting effect. There's one. What is this spell that's on me? Just frost damage. So it's doing 1 point of... yeah, so it's 4. 4 points of damage that it's doing in total. But it's stacking, so even if I wanted to spell one, will it dispel the others? Perhaps a warm fire. So yeah, that's the Tears of the Saviour. Yeah, nice little location. Not much to see here, but yeah, and what a wonderful story there is behind it as well, as read in Nightfall. And of course, another unique door. So I'm just looking for loot, but I think I've gone in a different way. Oh no, never mind, that just connects to it. So, okay, that's fine. So, back to Leowyn we go.
My pleasure, really.
You're back. You look like you've seen some travel. I would gladly let you invest in my shop. Yes, I've heard of mages who seal portals with an ingredient as a key. makes the door impossible to lockpick.
So that's to make sure that you can't get in before
Refined
the quest begins.
salts sounds like something that Juliana would specialize in. You may want to go back to the university and speak to her. You found 5 of the tears? Fantastic. This turned out better than I expected. Perhaps a little bit of a bonus is in order.
Okay, that's a 400 gold.
They're the pride of my collection. I am the best alchemist in Leowin. But if you need advanced training, you'll need Rakshazzah in Bruma or Ardalin in Bravil.
Both of which, as far as I can tell, are Mage's Guild.
The Mages Guild is the single best resource for alchemists in all of Cyrodiil. If alchemy interests you, talk to Dagail about joining. Archmage Traven is the first to take such a hard stance on necromancy. It upset more than a few people.
So I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'll be back shortly.
Yours look beautiful in my collection. 1,000 thanks once again.
Yep. Right, I shall be back shortly. Right, I am back for however long I am back. So, we're just about done with most Leowin quests as well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that may be necessary. No, I've got enough room, I think. I don't need to pack away the sword. Although, how much money do I have? Could enchant some gear. So let's do that. What have I got to enchant? Yeah. Tell that to the black market, make some gold. In fact, there is one more thing we can do in Leowin, but it will take a while. So what we might do instead is another quest. But I'm trying to think of what we can do. In fact, I wonder if... Oh, Bigger Prince, that's a good book. I shall keep that one ready to read. They don't have a book I'm looking for. It's a skill book. It's like an argument against about magic and like the different schools and such. So yes, I do want to enchant. Right, so in fact, let's have a look at what we've got. So the bands. Okay, let's repair them and see how much armor I can get out of them. Because if I can make some better, so it's providing 20, but it's only providing 1 armor. So if I do that, I add a Grand Soul Gem. If I skill hand to hand, it's only providing me an extra 10 points, but it is more armor. So let's do that for a start. So as A stained class. After one of my favourite Judas Priest songs. So, they're not great. They only provide half the bonus, but they provide a lot more armour. So I've still got 119, so let's have a look. So, right, so that's providing 21 strength, firepower. Yeah, so actually my hand-to-hand is still only doing 21, regardless of what gloves I'm wearing. Which is still pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. So, 21. Right. So, some nice glass gloves. Now, what else do we have? I need to put a necklace back on, don't I? In fact, if I wear those, what is that? Does that bump it up at all? 21. I'm still doing only 21 damage. So, yeah, I think we've basically maxed out the kind of damage that we can get. So what? Let's wear that for the time being. So, right, so what else have we got? We've got the brothel creepers. Let's have some glass brothel creepers. So, and we can't do feather. Why? I don't rightly know. What if I applied it to some shoes? Nope. Now, I think it's because I actually don't have enough skill in that spell. So that's alteration. So my alteration skill is quite low. So I need to cast a lower... I can't even cast that. Do I have any spells that I can cast? I think it's going to be at my level. The answer is no. I can't cast that. What can I cast that's... Let's sort it by... okay. So I basically have to cast Defend on myself a lot to level up my alteration skill. Just do that over and over again. Right. I shall be back shortly. I'm going to pause and we're going to level up the manual way. And we are almost there. And you can see, because this red bar is your experience in that skill. So, let's rest up again. You'll notice that every time we cast a spell, that bar goes up. And cast ought to do it. So close. There we go. You have unlocked more arcane secrets of altering the fabric of reality. You can now cast apprentice level alteration spells. Yippee! So, do we know? Yes! We can finally have feather. 50 points on self isn't as good as I would typically like, but if that's what we can get, that's what we can get. So, this is glass gliders. So, in fact, if I take those off, what's my damage like now? So I actually don't even need those gloves on. Because, like, I kind of got the best I can get right now. I'm doing the most damage, so I might as well. Other things. What's my... oh. I'm moving fast enough. Where's my speed anyway? My speed is already 120, so if I wear those... I'm not running that much faster, am I? So I could actually maybe do with something different to those as well. Ah, hang on, is that helm? That's heavy armour, that's why. I see. That's where the brothel group is for the time being, and... so ideally we do actually want a good set of... light armour, because it only weighs half as much when I wear it.
It's my pleasure. Please, continue. The latest Dark Horse courier is very upsetting. Apparently, more and more people have been trying to contact the Dark Brotherhood. See for yourself. I would gladly let you invest in my shop. May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
So, we don't need those anymore, but can we haggle for a better deal?
That's just not reasonable.
So we don't need that many cuirasses, but we could. No, let's sell them because we do actually need the money. I'm not gonna get any better than that. There's no other merchants in the game that even have that much money. But I could wear 2 Monday rings, I think. So, but it's not gonna help me that much. So let's select. Don't need the agile amulet anymore. Fight finger don't need anymore. Frost finger. Could have done with that earlier, but
that's more than I'd usually pay.
Water walking isn't really that useful. Just jewel. Resist magic isn't that great either. That's not great either.
You've made a good bit of gold.
That's not bad. I'll keep that. Right, just excuse me a second, and I will be back shortly. Sorry about that. A very minor interruption. Although I may have to attend to other things
Thank you
shortly.
for your business. May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
So,
you've got a great deal there.
Let's continue on. Circle of Omnipotence. See, the thing is, we've got the Ring of Perfection. I go all the way back up here. So I don't really need that other one, do I? It's a good one, but it's not what I need.
You drive a hard bargain.
I really need the shoes.
Thank you. Come again. Good day.
I'm honored to speak to the champion of Citadel. What do you need? Can I interest you in some of my wares?
Go for one person. Nice. I do like these. Right. Imp fluid. That sounds like a quest item. I wonder, do they have... Oh, they have a 0 star. Oh, a black soul gem. Well, don't mind if I do. I'll take a grand one. In fact, I'll take a couple. I need a few soul gems. Grand soul gems of different levels. I want some... Yeah, because I can make a profit with those. A 0 star is a refillable soul gem. Interestingly that they don't... Oh, rat poison as well. Nice. What about that'll come in handy? Yeah, oh, 1 second. Right, I'm back again.
Thank you for your patronage. Nibene is a region of mixed farmland, parkland, and forest. Goodbye.
So, they don't sell unicorn horns. Interestingly enough. Right. So... guess we could enchant some more stuff. But what do I actually want enchanting though? That's the thing. I suppose it's just more stuff to sell off, isn't it really? Right. Tell you what, let's adapt to our new weight. So I don't need those anymore. Recently they're worth more. Right. And now they convert to cuirass. Suppose we could make a better cuirass ourselves. And have I got some gloves left still? Gauntlets, yeah. Okay. Just think it might be worth making a full set of glass armour. So, gauntlets. Do I really want feather? Attribute, yeah, let's say strength. 10 points, not bad. That should allow us to carry an extra £100, so... Rakshazzah's... World wielders. Let's stick them on. Boom. So now we just need to do some of the cuirass and the helm. Endurance is pretty good anyway, so block armor and heavy armor. Rakshazzahs. Rakshazzahs. I don't know. Durable. Titanic. Pulsating plate. Yeah, I have no idea. Right, so how much health do I have now? 354. 368, not bad. So now if I wore the helm, what would change now? It still provides more protection as well. I actually lose protection if I wear that. But by wearing that, it goes up dramatically. So, there we go. Now it's time to lock some of the stuff away, I think. But look at that. Oh yeah, got some more enchanting to do. Quickly look at a few things. We have life lurking. Right, there we go. Let's just see if that'll make us some money. So it's not a massive saving. Bearing in mind as well that merchants are not buying things for as much as it says there.
Pleasure to speak with you. Have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
I think we sell these now, because we've made enough money from them. Yeah, so not a great amount of money, but I think we made something of it. So, on to our next quest. I would do Mazaga the Orc, but that's going to be a while. In fact, her scene, that'd be fun. I think of another Daedric shrine to see to. Who needed the? In fact, we have it here, don't we? Somewhere. Shoggorath. Vermina. No, first thing I gotta do is find it. Meridia? I think we did Meridia's quest. Yes, we did. The Detritus of the Profane. What a hoot. Yeah, Black Soul Gem at 5th level. You are not going to find many of these.
Who are you? A place of blessed... You do. You are too... I tried the chapels. They're a waste of time. You stand on holy ground.
So I'm not liked enough. Asura doesn't require anything, I don't think. You can work for her right away. Because it's part of the main quest. But where the fucking hell is this shrine? Her scene. It's genuinely amazing that I don't know where she is. Where is she? 1 second. In fact. Right. Where is she? Yeah, fine, right. Southwest of Shinhol. There. I'm an idiot. But do you really need this video to confirm that?
We meet again, mortal. For we have met before, whether you know it or not. When you mutter in your sleep, you speak to me. When you waken wet with sweat, you've just left my house. I dwell in your dreams. I savor you.
Oh, nice.
your nightmares. Now you will serve. The wizard Arctic has the orb of Vermina, snatched from the dreams of my followers and dragged into the waking world. Travel to his tower and retrieve my orb. Take care, though, mortal. In my orb, Arctic has found more than he bargained for.
So, let's go to this Archiped's tower. That is what we shall do. Right. Okay. So. This quest I think is very similar to the one in Skyrim. Like you have to sort of go into a dream and all this business. I think what would be interesting is if the like detect life didn't actually detect undead. I think that'd be a kind of neat feature. Makes encounters with the undead a lot scarier. Although, and it would also make turn undead a lot more interesting as well. Turn undead, if you don't know, is a spell in the Conjuration School of Magic, wherein you can, well, turn away the undead. Funny story. In my first campaign of D&D, The Lost Man of Phandelver, one of the players asked, turn undead. Well, turn undead. What about it? Well, turn undead into what? And bless her, she thought that, like, this person genuinely thought, like, you turned the undead into, like, turn them into stone or turn them into cake or whatever. Yeah, they didn't realise that turn undead is turn them away. So, this is the place. So far, so good. I do have to say, if I was making my own mods, I would probably want to make like my own castle. And it'd be one of these like fortress ruins. Because look at how well furnished this is. Ain't it beautiful? This room's a bit bare. I wonder why. Oh. Yeah. It's all gone a bit Pete Tong, hasn't it? So this dungeon can actually be quite threatening, because it has like Zivali in it and other such nasties. It's all rather terrifying, this. Flame Tempest, that's the sort of spell that we like. Now again, this doesn't look like much, but clan fears, and this whole room full of them, can be disastrous. But remember that they're using sort of damage resistance. Abilities. At long last you are a master of hand-to-hand combat. You have now the rushing power attack, which has a chance to paralyze your opponent. Press and hold attack will move forward to use this power attack. Blocking has a chance to disarm your opponent. There we go. Paralyze and palm. All those trials and tribulations have finally paid off. Okay. I'm gonna need a better healing spell. That is cool. And entirely necessary. Well, this isn't good. So we best proceed with caution. Yeah, I think after this I'll call it quits. I can sell that at least. Oh yeah, this room's dead as well. Yeah, I remember one time I was like stuck in here with clan fairs, and like it was terrifying. So I'd have to deal with. I think it's because I brought everything into that room. In fact, before we go in there, What was it that waited us down here? Okay. This is the Gentleman's Oasis, apparently. Yeah, it doesn't quite look it really, does it? Oh dear. It's got stuck. Yeah, let's go back inside. So I think it's safe to say we've just about cleared this area. Let's go through to the next one. I've got to try and get revenge on them for all the paralysis they've caused me. Right, well we know not to go in there then, don't we? That crystal there launches spells. Very powerful spells. But as long as I put this atronach in front of that thing and me, I'm practically immune to it. Unless I get paralysed. Well, it's not an enemy, so it won't kill me. It won't try to kill me if I rest up. So it's that crystal there that launches, yeah, again, quite powerful magic. Now I'll open up all the doors so I can get through. Ah! Some of the doors have dead ends. Very clever. Yeah, this is highly reminiscent of a dungeon that I had to do recently in D&D. There's a maze. And, yeah, lots of gargoyle heads spewing acid and fireballs and God knows what. Darkness retreats. Yeah. How delightful. It's very Crash Bandicoot in a way. I'm curious now. Yeah. See, platforming of first-person games is rather difficult. And it's usually because it's very hard to figure out the jumps. It's possible to be able to align yourself with the shadow as well. As far as I'm aware, there's absolutely no benefit to this whatsoever. Is there a tower in the distance that... you could just make them out in the distance. Oh, damn. Overshot my mark. Never mind. Yeah, interesting map. Right. Well, that was fun. So yeah, so his retreat is not safe. God damn it. You know, I'm just so sick of seeing stop atronachs. The rending halls. This is some interesting music. Like, I've never heard this before. As far as I can tell, that music does not exist on any soundtrack of the game. This is just ambience, maybe? Does it stop playing? In fact, do I have a potion? Okay, paralysis I do. But once it actually came in handy. might be our friend there. I shall lie here in the dark, waiting for death. A note written in trembling hand. There is no world so great as the world of the mind. There is no voyager so well travelled as the traveller in the land of dreams. There is no abyss so deep as the well of terror that lies within each of us. I have plumbed its depths. I have seen the unthinkable. I am unafraid. Even death's boundaries do not confine me. I am the lord of limitless space, and the master of place and time. At the doors of sleep the universe lies waiting for me. I will no longer wait for my dreams to carry me worlds away, to unknowable depths, to unspeakable vastness. I shall dwell in the house of Vermina forever, the orb my companion. There is no compass to my destination, no end to my journey. My mind is the eternal voyager, fearless and wild with wonder in the halls of horror. That right there is the orb. Should we choose to take it? A modified crystal ball. We try Wake Argfed. Nothing's changed. Let's take the orb this time. And here we are, seemingly back in reality, or so we can hope.
Arcfed will live out the rest of his days in nightmare. It is fitting. You have proved yourself, mortal. It is fitting as well that you should bear my token.
Skull of Corruption has been granted to me. What an interesting weapon it is indeed. A unique staff.
Your business with Vermina is complete. Tremble should she visit you in your dreams. True dream.
What's going on? What's going on?
This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death. That's the best you can do.
Corrupted clone. And they have the same abilities.
What's going on?
Interesting. And it has quite a few uses as well, so yeah. So you can use that to sick your enemies upon themselves. Marvellous. So just to be sure, did I get... I don't believe I did. Okay, let's get Sanguine's quest and then that's in my quest log.
Have you come to revel in the glory that is the shrine of Sanguine? What can I interest you in? It is a place of celebration for us. We dance, we make love. Would you speak with Sanguine? Of course you won't. Go on about your dreary existence. The Lord Sanguine has no interest in one such as yourself. Approach them, and bring Sanguine a gift. Some Cyrodiilic brandy is an appropriate gift for your host.
So,
do not test his patience.
That there is Sanguine. One of the cooler Daedric gods. If somewhat problematic, but then aren't they all? So, is there anything else I can do before I leave you? In fact, let's go purchase this Dwemer Forge.
Whatever you need, have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
Can we not do a bit better than that?
Thank you. Come again. If you need light armor.
So, we've purchased the Dwemer Forge. Let's go to Battlehall Castle, shall we?
I hope I can help. All that stuff about having to set trolls on fire is a bunch of hooey. They don't like fire, but a good sword will cut them up fine. Take care.
This here is a Dwemer Forge, which increases your armor skill to 15. So much like the alchemy table at Script Effect. Dwemer Fireheart. Well, interesting. So yeah. So we can repair stuff good. Oh. And while we're here, armor health is increased to 125 as opposed to 100 if I step away. Oh no, repairs are done. There's an Oblivion gate over there. Great. But it's not one that needs closing. It's just the ruins of one now. So I'm going to pack some stuff away and then think we'll call it there, but I genuinely don't know what else to do besides just wrapping up more miscellaneous quests, really. Let's get rid of those. Because it just takes up so much room in the inventory. Put that away because we've read that one now. Put all my parchment. We've read Nightfall, so we don't need that one. Fact, let me just have a look. Has Miriam's razor got any? No, okay. Just wonder if there's any note attached to it or anything like that. I've got gold enough to buy the house. Could be an idea. Shite and miscellany. Put some of the rubbish in here. And finally, there's some armor. There we are, that's what reduced the load considerably. There we go. Much better. It's made navigating my inventory much easier. So, it's time to head to Anvil to buy another house. And what could possibly go wrong? That's what we're going to find out. In a bit of Elder Scrolls for Oblivion in the future. Right, so I shall see you later. Thank you everyone for watching. Take care. It's for now.